Hello, dear students. So make sure I'm audible to all of you. Okay. So, why we are there today? We are here to discuss our paper discussion. So I hope your exam is good and hoping that we can. Yes, yes. I'm audible. Yes. Okay. So today we are going to discuss paper. I expect from all of you that you worked your exam very well, and we are going to discuss the type of questions, difficulty level of question, what kind of question ask. If you have any doubt, okay, if you have any doubt regarding this question, you can feel free to ask me. Okay, so let's start with the today discussion. I'm going to discuss all 25 questions that were coming in our morning exam, right? So let's start. Okay, the first question is, which of the nitrogen containing heterocyclic compound base is not present in DNA? So we all know. It's a very simple question and the memory based question type. Like we know that the DNA and RNA, what are the nitrogenous base present in DNA and RNA? Okay, can anyone tell? Okay, so if I'm talking about DNA, one simple rule to remember just AGCT, right? And in RNA, that is AGCU. It means uracil. Okay, uracil is the nitrogenous base that is absent in DNA. So what they ask in the question, which of the nitrogen containing heterocyclic compound base is not present in DNA? So which type of base is? Yes, please tell. Yes, that is uracil. So uracil is absent in DNA. So which one is the correct option? Many of you feel found difficulty in remembering the structure of the uracil. Okay, so this is the structure of uracil. I'm going to show you. Okay, yeah, this is the structure of uracil. So uracil is the base, and it is a very simple and the memory based question they are asked in the paper. That is uracil is absent in DNA. So I hope clear. Okay, so everything is clear. Okay, if you have any doubt related to the questions, please ask me in the chat box. I am going to explain each and every questions. Okay, so just ask me. Next. Now, the next question is, in extraction of copper from the copper pyrite ore, the reducing species in self reduction processes. क्या होगा जल्दी बताओ? In extraction of copper from the copper pyrite ore, the reducing species in self reduction process. So कौन सा ऑप्शन टिक किया तुम लोगों ने? Yes, please tell. हाँ, ऑप्शन ए बी सी डी, सल्फाइड और सल्फेट ऑक्साइड और H2O3 - 2. So which one is the correct? Yes, can anyone tell? Okay, so let's see the solution. Which type of reducing species is the self-reduction process? Okay, in question, try to read the question as many as you can. Try to read the question 2 times, okay, so that you can find what they actually asked and how to solve such type of questions. In this question, they ask in extraction of copper from copper pyrite ore. Okay, we have to extract copper from the ore, that is a copper pyrite ore. The reducing species in self-reduction processes. Which one is the reducing species? You all know what do you mean by the reducing species, dear student? Reducing species means which undergo oxidation. Okay, just remember one thing. Oxidation means reducing, and reduction means, what do you mean by reduction? Reduction means oxidizing. So just remembering this thing, okay? Oxidation means reducing. So you have to find the reducing species in the self-reduction process. So, okay. So this is now copper. This is a copper pyrite ore and copper oxide. So this will convert into copper plus SO2. So which one is the self-reducing agent? Yes, beta, sulfide ore, that is H2 negative. H2 negative itself act as a reducing species. How can you say that, beta? Because in copper sulfide, now just look at here, copper sulfide plus 2 and this is minus 2. Okay, and this will convert it into copper plus SO2. So here self reducing species in this process is sulfide ore, that is S minus 2. Now, the next question is which of the following is the correct? Okay, the option is D plus glucose and D minus fructose give same osazone. Glucose and fructose give skip test. D glucose and D fructose are apimers. No, they are not apimers. Okay, glucose give tolerance test, but fructose does not give tolerance test. This is also not correct. So which of the following is the correct? Whether A or B, glucose and fructose give skip test? No. So the correct option is A. How can, what is osazone, beta? Osazone. What do you mean by this term, osazone? Okay. So let me discuss because it is very important term, osazone. Osazone means formation of whenever the D-glucose or fructose is treated with which, that is H2N NH, and there is some phenyl group. Okay, so when the glucose and fructose are treated with this compound, that is H2N NH phenyl, then formation of osazone takes place. So let's see. Okay, so this is the structure of glucose, right? And this is the structure of fructose. So when the glucose and fructose are treated with this phenyl NH2, okay, then the formation of what? Because we know that they are the reducing group, right? CHO. Let me write CHO. We know that this is CO, this is H, this is CHOH 4 times, and this is CH2OH. When they react with H2N NH phenyl. Then the elimination of H2O takes place, right? And the formation of what? That is CH and CNNHPH. Okay. So the formation of HC carbon nitrogen double bond, and this is NH phenyl, right? And same 2 times NH phenyl. Okay. So क्या बच गया हम लोग का CHOH3 and this is CH2OH. So this will get, this is called osazone. It means what is osazone, beta? Osazone test is chemically test used to detect the reducing sugar. Okay, so osazone tests are basically used to detect the reducing sugar, and this test even allow the differentiation of the different reducing sugar on the basis of the time of appearance of the complex. This test is also termed as phenyl hydrazine test. Why they are called phenyl hydrazine test, beta? Yes, due to their name, na, phenyl hydrazine. This reagent is known as phenyl hydrazine because in this test, phenyl hydrazine is used. That's why they are. This test is known as phenyl hydrazine test based on the reagent used for this test. Okay, so I hope clear hai? What do you mean by the term osazone? Okay, so remember this. This is a very important term, osazone. So whenever questions asked from the osazone, just remember whenever the glucose, that is the D-glucose and D-fructose are treated with किसके साथ phenyl hydrazine, the formation of osazone takes place, and basically osazone is used to test a reducing sugar, whether they are reducing sugar or not. So I hope, is it clear to all? If you have any doubt, please ask me. Okay. Yeah. So if you have any doubt, please ask me in the chat box. I'm here to solve your doubt. Okay. Next, go to the next question. Okay. Which of the following is a bacteriostatic antibiotic? So here the main keyword is bacteriostatic. What do you mean by this term bacteriostatic? As the name suggests, static. Static means what? Something which is in rest. Okay, you study in your physics, that is what is mean by static. Static means something which is in rest, and kinetic means something which is in motion. So which of the following is a bacteriostatic antibiotic? First of all, you should know what do you mean by this term bacteriostatic. Okay, so I guess most of the student done this question. Okay, it's a very easy question, memory based question. Okay, so it's not so difficult question, it's a average question. So I guess most of you are able to solve such type of questions, right? So let's see, what do you mean by this term bacteriostatic? Okay, so bacteriostatic means that the agent that prevent the growth of bacteria. Okay, any such kind of agent which prevent the growth of bacteria, that is, it keep them in the stationary phase of the growth. And on the similar basis, one another word is that is bactericidal. Bactericidal means that kill the bacteria. Okay, so if someone asks what is bacteriostatic, it means that prevent the growth of bacteria. An example of such kind of antibiotic is chromophenicol. Yeah, this is the correct option. That is a chlorophenicol. Option number D. Option D is the correct one, right? And which of the following is the bacteriostatic antibiotic? Chlorophenicol, because they act as a preventing, that is, it prevent the growth of the bacteria, right? Okay. Now, next move to the question number 30. What they ask, select the correct statement. Okay. Now, zinc gly 2 is optically active. Second statement is PDClBr gly is exhibit geometrical isomerism. And the third one is IRBR4 shows cis trans isomerism. And the next is RsCl2NH3 4 plus number of stereoisomer is equal to the number of geometrical isomer. Okay, so which question is correct? Now, in such type of question, first observe the options very carefully. Once you observe the options very carefully, you got to know uh, which is likely to be correct answer. Okay. Now, let me show. For example, if I'm talking about zinc glide 2 is an optically active. Yes, it is an optically active compound. Zinc glide 2 is an optically active compound. Now, the second statement, PDCl-Br glide exhibit geometrical isomerism. Yes, how can we say that it shows geometrical isomerism? Because it having Ma4 type. Okay, Ma, A, B, C, D. Okay, so it having four different ligand. So it exhibits geometrical isomerism. How many? Three. Okay, so you can also say that it shows three geometrical isomerism. So yeah, it exhibits geometrical isomerism. Does IRBR4 show cis trans isomerism? No, because in this IBR4 they don't show cis trans isomerism. Okay, so this option is eliminated. So next option is RsCl2 4 plus number of stereoisomer is equal to the number of geometrical isomers. Absolutely correct. It means which option is correct? Option number 1, 2, and 4. So option A is the correct answer for this question. Right? I have got it. If you have any doubt, beta, you can please ask me. Okay. Now, next move to the next question. The question is, which of the following is correct as per the property mentioned against each? Okay. So I hope सबने सही किया होगा इस question को. Okay. It's a very easy question. So most of the students done this questions in a quite easy way because this is a very simple and just memory based question. Okay, so let's do it. Let's see the solution of this question. Which of the following is the correct as per the property mentioned against each? If I'm talking about the density, potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, we all know as we move down the group, density increases. Why? Because density is what? Density is equal to mass upon volume. On moving down the group, size increases, a molecular mass increases. So we can say that density also increases. So yeah, potassium is greater density than sodium, right? But calcium and sodium can't have density more than calcium, right? Okay, so this is the absolutely wrong. Okay, now move to the next. That is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium melting point. So as the size increase, melting point, no. Lithium is the hardest, okay? And we know that sodium and potassium are the soft, they are even cut with the knife. So these having very less melting point. So this is also incorrect option. Now move to the next, that is the third option. That is beryllium plus 2, magnesium plus 2, calcium plus 2, strontium plus 2, and barium plus 2. And they are arranged in order of their hydration energy. We all know hydration energy is inversely proportional to the radius. Okay, it means lesser the radius, है ना? Lesser the radius of the cation, more will be the hydration energy. So this is the correct option, I guess. Yeah, this is the correct. How can you say that? Because beryllium is smaller than magnesium, magnesium is smaller than calcium, and calcium is smaller than strontium, and so on. That is beryllium. So this is absolutely correct. Now, the next option is magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, beryllium reducing property. No, we all know down the group, size increases, reducing properties also increases. So beryllium can't, beryllium is the first member of the second group. So it can't have a good reducing property in aqueous medium. Okay. So this is also incorrect. So the correct option is C. So जिसने भी सी किया है सबका सही है वो, है ना? तो चलो लेट्स सी, देखते हैं नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. आई होप ये तो बहुत सिंपल क्वेश्चन था, सबने किया होगा. ओके. Next, move to the question number 32. That is the most stable conformation of ethylene glycol. What is ethylene glycol, dear student? That is OH, CH2, CH2, and OH. And in this question asks the most stable conformation of ethylene glycol. That is antiform, fully eclipsed form, Gaussian form, yeah, all forms are stable. Okay, so in ethylene glycol, observe one important property. Whenever we talk about alcohol, we know that alcohol form hydrogen bonding, right? Alcohol form hydrogen bonding. So in Gaussian form, they are more stable. Why they are more stable? Because in Gaussian form, they form hydrogen bonding, and this hydrogen bonding is responsible for their more stability. If hydrogen bond is absent, if we not consider the hydrogen bond, then we can say that antiform is also stable. But in Gaussian form, due to hydrogen bonding present, Gaussian form is much more stable as compared to any other form, right? So the correct option is Gaussian form. Let me show what do you mean by this term Gaussian form. Okay, so that you can able to solve some more question if some question asked in the in that manner only, that is the on Gaussian or ethylene glycol conformation, then you can able to solve such questions. Okay, so what is Gaussian conformation? Let me explain. What is Gaussian conformation? That is the rotation of the eclipse conformation at the 60-degree result in the Gaussian conformation. Normally it's second most stable form after the anti, right? It is the second most stable form after the NT. But in some cases, like ethylene glycol, due to the intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it is more stable than NT. Since in this case of ethylene glycol, it involves intermolecular hydrogen bonding and it is more stable than the NT form. So if someone asks, okay, tell me, NT form to ज़्यादा stable होगा as compared to Gaussian form, then yeah, you can explain because in ethylene glycol there are intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and due to presence of, sorry, intramolecular, not intermolecular, and due to this intermolecular hydrogen bonding they are much more stable as compared to antiform. Okay, so I guess I hope all clear related to this question. That is the most stable conformation of ethylene glycol is Gaussian form. And why Gaussian form? Due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding only. Okay, next move to the next question. That is, which of the following is incorrect statement? Okay, the question asks HPO3 thrice. This is the correct way to write now. HPO3 thrice contain no phosphorus linkage. It contain HNO3 containing no OO linkage. This is also incorrect. Yes, it contain peroxide linkage. S3O9 contain SS linkage, and S2O82 plus contain no SS linkage. So what are the correct answer? किस पे टिक किया तुम लोगों ने? Option A, B, C, D. Okay. Okay. So let me explain the correct solution for this question. Which of the following is incorrect? In just observe the option C carefully. It's saying S3O9 contain SS linkage. But if you draw the structure of S3O9, it does not contain SS linkage. If you draw the structure of S3O9, you got to find, to find that it does not contain any SS linkage. So what are the incorrect option? That is option C. Let me show. Okay, so this is the structure of S3O9, right? This is the structure of S3O9. So in this, you can easily see that there is no cis linkage, right? Because there is a SO linkage, there is a linkage between oxygen and sulfur, but there is no linkage between S and S. So option C is incorrect because in S3O9 contain SS linkage. No, S3O9 there is no SS linkage is present, right? Okay. So next, shall we proceed to the next question? I hope is it clear to everyone? Question number 43. Okay. Okay. So let's next the question is modes of controlling pollution in the last city includes. So this question is asked from your environmental chemistry chapter. Okay, and they're asked modes of controlling pollution in the last city includes. What are the measurement what are the precaution we take for controlling the pollution in the last city? The option number A is use of liquefied CO2 with the suitable detergent in place of a tetrachloroethane for dry cleaning. Yes, we are using such kind of technology, है ना? यानी use of liquefied CO2 with the suitable detergent, है ना? In place of tetrachloroethane, because tetrachloroethane means what? Tetrachloroethane. You understand? What do you mean by the tetrachloroethane? Yes, that is four chloro and ethane. That is a tetrachloroethane for the dry cleaning. Yeah. Next, proper disposal of the organic matter, sewage and industrial influent. Yeah, this is also correct. Okay, this also help us in reducing the pollution. Next, cleanliness and less use of insecticides. Yes, because insecticides also very much responsible for the pollution in the last city. So option C is also correct. So option D, that is all of these statements are correct. I guess most of you guys uh, mark option D. Okay, so it's an easy question. That is modes of controlling pollution in the last city. So correct option is all of these. Right. Now, question number 35. Which of the following molecule is least resonance stabilized? In this question, they ask which of the following molecule is least resonance stabilized. So we know that the compound or we say the molecule which show aromatic character, okay, which show aromatic character are more stable. Okay, if for example, if I'm talking about benzene, okay, if I'm talking about benzene and if I'm talking about cyclohexene, so out of these two, if I'm asking out of benzene and cyclohexene which one is more stable, you simply say benzene is more stable. Why? Because it is aromatic compound. So aromaticity increase the stability. Understand? Aromaticity increase the stability of the molecules. So out of this four, try to find out the one option in which aromatic rule is not followed. Okay. So in question, option number A, this is benzene, aromaticity is there and due to this they are more stable. In option B, aromaticity is also there. What is the condition for aromaticity now? It must be planar, that is sp2 carbon, and it follow Huckel rule. Okay, it follow Huckel rule and it must be sp2 hybridization. Each carbon is sp2 hybridization. So this is also sp2 hybridization. So this is also follow. If I'm talking about option number C, right? So this carbon is sp2, right? No issue. This is also sp2, no issue. But this carbon, it having one CH3 group, one CH3 group, one carbon group, one carbon group. So this having sp3. So this is not aromatic in nature. And due to this non-aromatic in nature, they are least stable. So always remember one form only, that is more stable means they having aromatic. Aromatic compound are always more stable as compared to the non-aromatic compound. Right. So we can find that least resonance stabilize is option number C because here aromaticity is not followed. Right. Okay. Next, move to the question number 36. In this question, what they ask, given below are the two statements. The first statement is ethanol is a weaker acid than phenol. Whether it is a correct or incorrect. Yes, tell me. Hmm. Okay, beta. So we all know that if I'm talking about water, if I'm comparing water, alcohol, and phenol. Okay. If I'm comparing water, alcohol, and phenol, and out of these three, if someone asks which one is a good acid. So, if I'm talking about alcohol, then what formula we get? ROH. And phenol, what we get? That is OH. So what do you mean by this? Some acidic. Okay. Acidic means those out of these three, which one release H plus easily. Okay. The one which release H plus easily are definitely good acid. Okay, good acid. So if I'm talking about acidic character and comparing between H2O, alcohol, and phenol, we know that out of H2O and alcohol, H2O is more acidic than alcohol. And out of alcohol and phenol, phenol is more acidic than alcohol, because due to its resonance diagram, phenoxide ion are much more stable as compared to alkoxide ion. After the removal of, okay, when I treated with active metal like sodium, after the removal of Na, what we get, that is RO negative. And in this, what we get, that is phenoxide, that is O negative. So phenoxide ion is much more stable due to resonance as we compare to alkoxide ion. Okay, so that's why phenoxide, it means phenol is more acidic than alcohol. So what are the statement number one? Ethanol is a weaker acid than phenol. So yeah, this is absolutely correct. Ethanol is a weaker acid. Ethanol is a weaker acid than phenol. Next. Next is phenoxide ion produced due to the deprotonation get stabilized due to resonance. Yeah, this is also correct. Okay. Yani, their statement number two, phenoxide ion produced due to the deprotonation get stabilized due to the resonance. And that's why they are more acidic now. So ethanol is weaker acid than phenol. Correct or correct? And statement 2 is also correct. So both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. So what is the correct option for this? Option number D. Okay. So this is the correct option for this. That is option number D. Right? Okay. Next. The number of nearest neighbor, next nearest, and next to the next nearest neighbor in the BCC cubic unit cell. We all know what is BCC cubic unit cell, beta. BCC. What is BCC cubic unit cell? Let me draw the cube. Okay, in BCC, 8 atoms are present at the 8 corners. Right, 8 atoms are present at the 8 corners and 1 atom present at the center. So the total number of nearest neighbor atom is 8. Okay, and next nearest means when this is only one unit cell. Okay, if we combine more than what is the definition of unit cell exactly? When we combine large number of unit cell, they form crystal lattice, right? So the number of nearest neighbor is 8, next nearest is 6, and next to next neighbor in the body center cubic is 12. So what is the correct option? That is 8, 6, and 12. So option number 8. Right? That is option number A. So option number A is the correct one. 11D, both statement 1 and statement 2 are true, right? And if I'm talking about the 12th question, that is body center. So it having how many? 8 number of atom, 6 number of atom, and 12 number of atom. So this is the correct explanation, right? Okay. If you have any doubt, beta, you can please ask. Yes, you can text me. Hmm. Okay. So this is how you can solve such type of questions. Now, move to the next question, please. Uh, Question number 38. Oh, it's a very simple question. It's basically from alcohol chapter. That is the electrophilic substitution reaction of phenol. Okay. So alcohol, phenol, ether. Okay. So what they are asked? They are giving phenol, CH3, and they are treated with Br2H2O. This is basically orthocarisol is given, and orthocarisol is treated with the Br2 in presence of H2O. And B side, Br2 in the presence of CH2. We all know that whenever the phenol, it's a very famous type of question, whenever the phenol is treated with, whenever the phenol is treated with Br2, that is halogenation, in presence of CH2, what we get? Ortho para product. That is phenol, and this is ortho bromo and para, right? Ortho bromo and para. This is the major product, right? And when we treated phenol with Br2 aqueous, Br2 aqueous, we what we get? We get 2,4,6 dry bromophenol. That is 1 Br, 1 Br, and 1 Br. Okay, so we get what we get? We get 2,4,6 tribromophenol. ठीक? So, what are the correct option? That is option A, B, C, D. Yes, option D. Because in this, A is 2, okay, right? 2 Br, right? 2, 4. So we can get this, and in the with Br2 and CH2, we get orthopara product. So option number D is the correct one. Okay. Now, I hope everyone understood this question. It's a very, very simple question. Okay. Next, move to the next question. What they ask, which of the following is the unit of rate constant for the second order reaction? So if I'm talking about the second order reaction, so what are the formula for finding the rate constant? Okay, unit of rate constant, right? So we know that we have a one formula, by using this we can find the unit of rate constant, that is what? Mole per liter raised to the power 1 minus n, and this is second inverse. In this question, they are asking about the second order. So second order, for second order, n is 2. So this comes out to be mole per liter 1 minus 2 and second inverse. So the correct option is mole 1 minus 2, that is minus 1, mole minus 1, liter 1, and second minus 1. So this is the correct option. So which option is correct, beta? Mole minus 1, liter, second minus, yeah, option number B. So option B is absolutely correct. So this is the rate constant for the second order reaction. This is again a very, very easy type of question. Okay? Very easy type of question. It is from which chapter? That is chemical kinetics. So the question number 38 and 39 are very easy, and I expect all of you that you all uh, solve such type of questions very easily. Okay? Chalo. Now, the next question is, 1 butane and 2 butane can be distinguished by. So it is one of the most important question and concept-wise question. That is 1 butane and 2 butane. What is the difference between 1 butane and 2 butane? Can anyone tell me what is the difference between one butane? If I'm talking butane, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 butane means, right? And this is CH3. This is CH2. This is C, and this is H. So this is 1 butane. If I'm talking about 2 butane, 2 butane means C, 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 C. So this is 2 butane. That is CH3, C, CH3. So what are the difference between 1 butane and 2 butane? If I'm considering 1 butane is also known as terminal alkyne. Also known as terminal alkyne. And this is non-terminal. Why they are called terminal alkyne? Because triple bond at the end. Okay. So this is also known as terminal alkyne. We know that terminal alkyne and non-terminal alkyne can be distinguished by Tollens reagent test, that is ammonium hydroxide and copper chloride. Whenever we treat with this copper chloride and NH4OH, Tollens reagent test, or we say Falling solution test. So we can separate this terminal and non-terminal. Terminal alkyne give this test, where the non-terminal alkyne does not give this test. So we can distinguish 1 butane and 2 butane by using copper chloride ammonium hydroxide test, right? Let me show the answer. Yeah, this is that is CH3 CaCH. When they treated with copper chloride plus ammonium hydroxide, it will produce the red precipitate, and we can distinguish by terminal and non-terminal kind. I hope it is clear to all. Okay. Now, next move to the next question. That is question number 41. What they ask, given below are the two statements. One is labeled as assertion A and the other is labeled as reason R. So you have to find whether assertion is false or reason is false, or which one is true and which one is not true. Okay, so what the assertion? Group 1 element forms more stable carbonates as compared to group 2 elements. Whether it is correct? Group 1 element form more stable carbonate. They are asking Na2CO3 is much more stable as compared to MgCO3. Okay, they are saying कि group 1 element form much more stable carbonate as compared to the group 2 element. And the reason what they are given, extent of polarization is higher in group 1 element. No, extent of polarization is higher only for those elements which having smaller in size. So if I'm talking about group 1 and group 2 having smaller in size as compared to group 1. So extent of polarization is more in group 2, not in group 1. So reason is false. Where the assertion is absolutely correct, that is the group 1 element form much more stable carbonate as compared to group 2. So which option is correct? That is A is correct and R is false. So A is correct, R is false. That is option number A. Option A is absolutely correct. Right? I hope you understood this question. Any doubts related to this question? No. Okay. So shall we proceed? Yeah. That is extent of polarization is higher in the group 2 element as the charge is higher. Or we say as the size is smaller as compared to 2. Because as more the charge is increasing, size automatically decreasing. Right? Next question. That is question number 42. Which of the following factor, which of the following factor will favor the reverse reaction in the following equilibrium? Okay, so this question is basically based on the Lee-Chatelier principle. Its question is chemical equilibrium chapter. It comes from the chemical equilibrium chapter. So what they are asking, which of the following factor will favor the reverse reaction in the following equilibrium? That is A liquid plus B aqueous gives us C aqueous plus DG, and delta H is less than 0. What does mean? That is delta H is negative. So in this question, delta H is negative. Okay, and we want to reverse this reaction. So we know that for the exothermic reaction, what Lee-Chatelier principle said, that for the exothermic reaction, low temperature are the favorable condition because heat is already released in the product side. So there is no need to increase the temperature. If you increase the temperature, the equilibrium shift in the backward direction, right? So exactly that is what I need here, because in this question they want which of the following factor will favor the reverse reaction. So we know that by the Lee-Chatelier principle for the exothermic reaction, if we increase the temperature, then the equilibrium shift in a backward direction to decrease the effect, to minimize the effect. So which of the following is the correct? That is option number C. That is increasing temperature reverse this reaction. Okay. On the similar basis, if delta H is greater than 0, it means if the reaction is endothermic. So for endothermic reaction, if we increase the temperature, then the reaction proceed in the forward direction. So for this, we have to decrease the temperature. If we decrease the temperature, then equilibrium shift in the backward direction, right? Okay, so for this question, option number C is the correct. So just remember this, whether the question is whether the in question they are asking for exothermic or endothermic. So this point must be remembered, right? Next, the next question is, there the two statements are given, statement 1 and statement 2. Statement 1 suggests that the position of the electron can be exactly determined using the electron microscopy. Whether it is correct? No. We already we are discussed this question in our previous class, okay, in structure of atom, Hinsberg uncertainty principle. What does it state? It states that it is impossible to measure both. Exactly. Or we say it is impossible to measure both position and momentum of the particle at the same time. Always some error are present. Okay. So statement 1 is incorrect. Incorrect. Why? Because the position of electron can be exactly determined. No, it cannot be exactly determined using the electron microscope. Next statement. The product of uncertainty in the measurement of its momentum and uncertainty in the measurement of the position cannot be less than a finite limit. Yes, this one is correct. This cannot be less than a finite limit. It is always less than a finite limit, right? So both statement 1 and statement 2 are true? No. Statement 1 is false? Yes. And statement 2 is true. The correct option is B. So for 43 question, correct option is B, right? Now, it's totally based upon the Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So it's a simple question. And it is a, we also say that ये बहुत एक simple type का question जो एक memory based type का question था, right? Now, next move to the next question, that is question number 44. That is peroxo disulfate on hydrolysis give what? We know that peroxo, whenever if I'm talking about how can you prepare H2SO4, okay, so we know that H2SO4 is prepared by H2O7, also known as oleum. And whenever we treat it with H2O, it will convert into H2SO4. H2SO4, right? On the same basis, they are asking peroxydisulfate. What is the formula of peroxy? This is the oleum H2SO7. What is the formula of peroxydisulfate? That is H2 H2 and O8. Okay, this is H2, S2 and O8. When we hydrolyze this, what we get? We get H2SO4 plus H2 and O2. So what we get, that is hydrogen peroxide. Option number C. Okay, so that is whenever peroxide sulfate on hydrolysis, it gives H2SO4 plus H2O2. That is hydrogen peroxide. So I hope question number 44 is also clear, and it's a simple question. We can say average question this is, and this question is basically from hydrogen chapter. Okay. Okay. Now, the next question, 45 question, and from 46 question, there we have a numerical value question. So there's a last MCQ question, that is question number 45. Let's discuss. The reaction FeCN6 minus 3 negative gives us FeF6 3 negative takes place with decrease in the magnetic moment, increase in the magnetic moment, decrease in the coordination number, increase in the coordination number. So where the coordination number is 6, here also the coordination number 6. So this option is absolutely incorrect. Okay. So option number A and B, only these one out of these two, one is only correct. So which one is the correct? Option A or option B? Let me give the solution. Okay. So if I'm talking about cyanide and fluoride, out of cyanide and fluoride, which one is the strong ligand? Yes, that is, we all know cyanide is a strong field ligand, where fluorine is a weak field ligand. And this is clear to everyone, I hope, right? This is cyanide is a strong field ligand and fluorine is a weak field ligand, right? Okay. So we know that in case of a strong field ligand, pairing takes place. What takes place? Pairing takes place. And pairing takes place means what? They having low spin. And low spin means what? They have a less magnetic moment. Right? Less magnetic moment. Because magnetic moment depends totally upon number of unpaired electron, that is n plus 2. Okay, as the number of unpaired electron decrease, spin magnetic moment also decrease. But in case of a fluorine, that is weak for ligand, pairing does not take place. And due to this, they show high spin. High spin means more number of unpaired electrons. So as the more number of unpaired electron increases, okay, as the more number of unpaired electron increases, what happens is this, there is an increase in the magnetic moment. So we can say that in case of when the transition takes from FeCN6 to FeF6, then there is an increase in the magnetic moment because the number of unpaired electron increases because fluorine is a what? Because fluorine is a weak ligand. Okay? Chalo. Now, next move to the next question, that is question number 46. What they ask in this question, this is a numerical value question. So, according to the question, absorption of the gas follow Friendlich absorption. So, this question comes from the chapter the surface chemistry and the Friendlich absorption isotherm. In given plot, X is the mass of the gas observed and mass m of the absorbent at a pressure P. X by m is proportional to the P raised to the power 1 by n. What is the value of n? You have to calculate the value 1 by n. Okay. Now, we know that that is x by m according to the absorption isotherm. X by m is equal to kp 1 by n, taking log both sides. Okay, taking log both sides. So that is log x by m. This is log. We know that whenever something is in product, then the log become, we know that log m into n is equal to log m plus log n. So we can write now log kpn. Okay, that is log k plus log p ki power 1 by n. We all know that the property log p raised to the power 1 by n. What is this? This will comes out to be 1 by n. Yeah, 1 by n and log p, right? So log k plus 1 by n log p. So you have to equate this, okay? So what is 1 by n? 1 by n comes out to be 2 by 16. How can we say that? Yeah, just observe this curve. This is y-axis, this is x-axis. And what is the slope? That is 2 by 16. Okay, so we can say that now 1 by n, that is 1 by n, comes out to be 2 by 60. This is the slope, right? This is the slope. So slope comes out to be 1 by 2. This is 1 by 8. So what is n here? N comes out to be 8, right? So this is very simple question based upon the Sandwich adsorption isotherm. Okay, so such type of question are generally asked in the numerical based question, and it is a very important question. Try to solve such questions and try to do some more question related to this topic, and you are able to solve this question. Just remember the formula, that is x by m is equal to kp1 by n. You can taking log both side and you can just calculate the value of n by using this formula. I hope I'm clear. Okay. Okay. If you have any doubt, students, please ask me in the chat box. Okay. Okay. Now proceed to the next question. Assuming no 2s 2p mixing, find the sum of the total number of electron in the pi 2px and pi 2pi molecular orbital of b2, c2 and n. Okay, so this question basically from MOT theory, chemical bonding. If I'm talking about b2 now, b2 means atomic number 5, right? That is 1 is 2, 2 is 2, and this is 2p1, right? So if I'm talking about 2s 2p mixing, then find the total number of electrons in pi 2px and pi 2py. Pi 2px and pi 2pi in the molecular orbital theory. So how can we solve that? Yeah. If I'm talking about boron, right? So in case of boron B2, there is no electron, that is 0. If I'm talking about N2, there are 4 electron in this. If I'm talking about C2, there is 2 electrons. The total number of electron is 0 plus 2 plus 4. This is equal to C. Because we have to find number of electrons only in which orbit? Pi 2px and pi 2py molecular orbital. Okay? So in case of boron, there is no electron in pi 2px and pi 2py because this is sigma 1 is 2, sigma star 1 is 2, sigma 2 is 2, sigma star 2 is 2, and this is sigma 2pz, sigma 2pz1. And there is no electron in pi 2px and pi 2py. On the other hand, this is for boron. On the other hand, if I'm talking about carbon now, carbon having electronic configuration what? 1 is 2, 2 is 2, 2p, 2. So it having 2 electrons, sigma 2pz1 and pi 2px1, pi 2px2. Okay, so it having electron. So nitrogen having 4 and carbon having 2 electrons. That is pi 2px and pi 2py. So total number of electrons will be 6. So this is the correct answer, right? Now, the next question is also numerical based question, and this is basically from the concentration defining terms. That is the molarity of the solution containing 2.8% mass by volume. What do you mean by this? The mass by volume? Mass by volume means 2.8 gram out of 100 ml. This is mass by volume. KOH is M. The molarity of the solution is M. Write the value of 10M. Write the value of 10M. So you have to calculate the molarity for this, and then you can write the value of 10M. Molar mass of KOH is given, that is 56, right? So we know that weight by volume percentage given, that is 2.8. What is molarity? Molarity is nothing but mass of the solute upon molecular mass into 1000 upon 1000. So this will be cancelled. This will be 0.5 molarity. So 10 molarity is equal to how much? How much? That is 5. So if the 0.5 molarity comes out to be 1, then 10 molarity is equal to 5. So what is the correct option? That is correct option is 5. Okay. So 10 molar you have to find. So 10 molar comes out to be 5. So it's a very simple question, very easy question. It's basically from concentration defining terms, right? Now, next move to the next question. That is question number 49. How many of the following species have a different bond angle compared to the ideal geometrical bond? We all know that according to Vesper theory, this question is also from chemical bonding, Vesper theory. Due to presence of lone pair, their structure is changes. So if I'm talking about BeCl2, there is no lone pair, there is no change in structure. XF2, yeah, there is a lone pair. H2O, there is a lone pair. NH3, lone pair. IF3, PH3, lone pair. CH4, no lone pair. BCl3, no lone pair. So out of how many of this? That is XeF2, H2O, NH3. What about D2O and IF3? Yes, that is H2O, NH3, IF3, PH3, and D2O have a distorted geometry due to presence of lone pair, and they show distorted, or we say they show different bond angle as compared to their ideal geometry. Right? Now, next question, that is question number 50, and this is the last question for the complex PT-H2O NH3ClBr. So we have 4 different types of ligand. If the oxidation number of PT is A, so what is the oxidation number? Oxidation number means H2O having 0 charge, NH3 having 0 charge, Cl having -1, Br having -1. It means PT having oxidation number 2. Okay, that is PT in +2. So what is the value of A? So A comes out to be 2. Now what is the coordination number here? That is A1, 2, 3, 4. So number of coordination number B. The B comes out to be 4. So this is 4 plus 2. What is C? C is the geometrical isomerism. So it having this type of a structure, na, M, A, B, C, D. So it will show 3 geometrical isomerism. So total comes out to be 2 plus 4 divided by 3. That is 6 upon 3 comes out to be 2. So 2 is the correct answer for this question. Right? So A2, B4, C3. So you can calculate. So what is the correct answer is 2. So we just solved, हमने सारे क्वेश्चन सॉल्व किए, ये 50 के 50 क्वेश्चंस they were asked in your morning exam. So I hope the question paper was moderate. No, we can't say that it's very easy or very tough. So it is an average question paper. These type of question only asked in JEE Mains exam. So prepare for this question. Such type of questions were coming in the exam. So get very good preparation of this question, and try to solve as many questions as you can. Just related to this topic, that's this 25 questions in chemistry. इससे related जितने भी questions हैं, you can try to solve such type of question. It really help. Okay, and such kind of question only asked in JEE Mains. So I hope this is your first exam. Now try to bring more curiosity about the questions and try to solve much more question as you can. You can easily solve such questions. ठीक है? So let's see, next class में मिलते हैं फिर हम लोग, and then we can solve अपने जो भी है हमारा जो अपना प्रोसीड है, क्या क्या करने वाले हैं हम लोग. नेक्स्ट हम लोग केमिकल बॉन्डिंग करने वाले हैं. सो गेट वेल प्रिपेयर फॉर द केमिकल बॉन्डिंग. नेक्स्ट क्लास में मिलते हैं, एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व सम PYQ रिलेटेड टू केमिकल बॉन्डिंग, और धीरे धीरे करते जाएंगे. ठीक है? सो थैंक यू वेरी मच. नेक्स्ट क्लास में मिलते हैं, एंड फिर हम वहां से अपना कंटिन्यू करेंगे. टिल टेक केयर एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व such questions. It really help you a lot in your preparation. Okay, take care.